Welcome to Left On Wed.
Bite-sized tips for people getting hitched. Georgia Fletcher.
Adam Sini.
In the same room.
How did we get here?
In this part of town.
Been a hell of a season, Georgia.
It has.
Getting to know you, getting to know me. A lot's happened since the last season came out.
Oscar got married.
Oscar got married. Congratulations, Oscar, by our very own Georgia Fletcher celebrant.
You had a baby.
I had a baby, Bowie, who is in the studio right now with us.
Amazing.
Uh,
And nothing really else happened except for that, I don't think.
that's pretty
We've
big.
just done a lot of weddings.
We've moved cities.
We'd already discussed that.
Oh. And season 2's been bigger, better, and more amazing than ever. Viewership, listenership. Oh my goodness. I think we're number 1 in 17 countries.
Sail away with that. That's
yeah.
a great stat.
But, and we've said this before, I'm going to say it again. We love our audience. We love you so much. And we rely on you to tell your friends, to tell your family about our little podcast. So please, if you know someone that's getting married, if someone gets engaged, whatever. If you just like it for the lols, tell them.
Also, I can't leave reviews, so could you please leave the reviews? That would be great.
Reviews help this little pod get to the next place it's going to be. Speaking of the next place, season 3.
Oh, we're going to go there now?
Are we doing it? No, but end of the episode, we have a little teaser for our next season. And little spoiler, it's completely different to what Left On Wed usually is. We're going a little bit of a departure.
We think you've had enough time to plan your wedding.
Yeah, you planned it. We don't care anymore.
You've got enough topics to go through the archives and get from start to finish.
Yeah.
And now it's time to take a turn.
So that's coming at the end of the episode, so make sure you get to that. Firstly, Georgia, as is tradition with the season finale, I've brought us a treat. To say, what a ASMR. To say, what a season, what a hell of a time. I brought us lemon meringues
What on earth for?
to eat.
Okay.
I thought, cake. You celebrate with cake. It's our second birthday. We made it through another season alive. We're going to go again.
Happy birthday.
I didn't-
Thank you.
There's one. Just
Oh.
take one. You have to have a bite on
I?
air. There's one for Oscar too.
Oh,
There you go, Oscar.
that's really nice.
It's a lemon meringue. and
Why
I-
did you choose a lemon meringue?
Because I like lemon meringue. So I'm going to make you eat it in front of everyone. You ready?
God.
Take a bite.
Like ASMR, really. Is it good?
It's so sugary.
We don't need more sugar.
Eat it.
It smells really sweet.
It's really sweet. I can taste the granules in my mouth. You going to have a bite?
I don't know.
Sake.
You're not really...
Do we get into it?
Yeah.
Have you got to ask us anything?
You've got a little something.
You kick us off. I'm
It's
going to
on
lick my
theme.
fingers. What do you got?
People are so used to you having things on your face after eating their wedding cake and then going to Instagram with it then. It's
I've licked
nothing
my
new.
fingers
Yeah,
now.
you may as well just rub it all in.
What do you got? You
What
gonna
have
ask
I
us
got?
anything? Yeah, let's do it. You're
Okay.
first. Kick it off. What do you got?
So, your day with Liz, I've memorized this question. She slid on into the question box and said, "Where can I get tickets to the live podcast show?"
For this?
I kid you not.
That's interesting.
Would you like to go live?
Yeah.
We should do it on Instagram.
We'll do a live Insta. And we do have a little thing coming up in January 2025 where we may be doing a live recording of
Maybe.
our podcast.
We
do.
are.
So watch our socials. That's going to be coming. You can come and see
We
us.
also can circle back to the episode all about expos because that gives you a little...
Oh, we've already told everyone, have we?
We have.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
this is the last episode. Expos will be coming out before this.
I have one from Georgia Fletcher celebrant who went into my question box on Instagram and
Did
said,
I?
"When will you fix your mustache?" Now,
You did though, didn't you?
so the other day I went to an event. I was emceeing this event in Sydney called Love Fest for 150 wedding industry professionals. Huge that I got to MC it and all these wedding industry professionals were in there. I didn't have time to get my hair cut professionally since for the podcast. This is what I do for you.
Thank you.
So I was like, I'm going to shave my beard off and do a little bit of a mustache. Did it. And then I looked in the mirror later that day. And
After the event had
After
happened.
the event, and it's lopsided. Literally one side went past my bottom lip. The other side was above my top lip. And nobody said anything to me except for Georgia.
I didn't go to Love Fest.
Georgia's like, what's wrong with your face? It's
I
like,
didn't
oh
say
my
that.
goodness. Why did nobody tell
You
me?
said, I've realised that my moustache is uneven. And
Yeah.
I said, yes, I can see that very
on
clearly.
Instagram, so I'm embarrassed.
Oh, but you got it fixed.
Yeah, I did.
And now it's fine.
That was in my
Just
question
no more
box.
home jobs.
Do you want to? That's my favorite type of job. All right, let's moving on. You want to see another one? Hear another one?
And I wish you were here before.
This is from Sophie Bowman, who is one of my lovely clients. I am marrying her. She said, "Love the podcast." She used a heart emoji. What is a great first song to start the dance floor / get the party started?
Shake It by Metro Station was last night. And it was really good.
Shake It by I have not heard that
Yes,
song in
or
so
Forever by
long.
Chris Brown.
Yeah, that one. Chris Brown's cancelled though, right?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Not that
yes.
song.
My favorite dance floor starter is Gimme Gimme
Nutbush.
Gimme by ABBA. That one always goes off.
ABBA's really grown on you for
love,
you to say that.
I know.
Wow.
It's
You've
still
really
taken
taken a turn.
And you love bit of Whitney to start the dance floor,
Yes,
right?
how will I know?
Yeah.
But that won't kick off the dance floor. That might sustain it.
Yeah. It also depends on the vibe of your people. I saw recently they did Losing It by Fisher, and that went off.
He's very hot right now.
And he's sexy too. You told me just before we started recording how hot the guy from Peking Duck is. Peking Duck would be good to start the dance floor.
Yes.
I like it's pump up. It's also, I think, for starting the dance floor, something to consider is if you have a wide variety of ages of guests, is a song that speaks to everyone. You know, so something like ABBA or even like Murder on the Dance Floor, which is big, but everyone sort of knows it that everyone can enjoy. I think is good.
I think that needs a break for a little bit.
Murder on the Dance Floor. You
I
had
do.
enough. Okay, fine.
Just like one season off.
One season.
Bring it back next year.
Yeah, so just knowing what your guests and are like and catering to that. But those are some songs that we
Most
hear.
musicians and DJs will ask for a playlist.
Yeah. And some DJs will just be like, what's your vibe? Great. I know exactly what I need to kick this dance floor off to get everyone up here and sustain it from there. So, yeah.
Next question.
You got one for me?
Yep.
Go.
Gemma from Subsubtle. Hi. I have a topic question for you. I've been talking to one of my brides and she's in a bit of a pickle. Her dad wants to invite all of her extended family and her partner just want a micro wedding. Suggestion, how to tell your parents their family's not invited to the wedding.
Ouch.
Whew, rip that Band-Aid off.
Ooh-wee. Yeah.
Sizzling.
Here
Here we go.
Going back to self-care, do what you want to do. For sure. I would tell
Circle
those
back to
people.
that episode all about self-care.
But how do you tell them? I think soften approach for sure. Of course, that's going to be something if they really want to invite the extended family that might actually hurt them a little bit. But in the long run, you will be happier by doing it. So a soft approach of, hey, this is what we want to do and this is what we're going to do, I think is the best approach. Or, and we've talked about this before, run away and elope and tell them after.
You could do that
How do
surprise
you feel about that?
wedding.
Is that nuts?
It's a really hard one because it depends on what you've already told them about your wedding plans, what you know their views are already, what your partner's too many variables to be able to have one right or wrong answer, I think.
Right. Tell them and elope for sure. Run away.
For this particular situation, how to tell your parents their family's not invited to the wedding. You need to say to your parents, this is about us, and although we love and adore our family, let's blame the venue.
Yeah.
The venue just does not have the capacity.
Yeah.
So we're very sorry about that.
Yeah. Blame someone else is always good. Blame someone else. Blame someone else. Okay. I've got one for you. And this is from a fella vendor friend, or a friender, as we like to call them, at Hungry Hearts Co.
Ooh,
Loz from Hungry
hello,
Hearts
Loz
Co.
from Hungry Hearts.
Hi. Give us your best impression of a blotto guest who liked your ceremony.
Hey,
You sat back in your chair. Oh.
I thought you did a really great job today. You really brought the vibes.
You've met this person before, haven't you?
I thought the celebrants just rocked up on the day.
Yeah, right?
Oh! Did you just like rock up on... Hey, how much did you get for like 30 minutes of work?
You must be the most
Really?
overpaid person in the country.
You must be rolling in it. Nice job.
This one's really good from Steph. Can you write my vows and make them wows?
Is that a bride? Do you need to
Yes.
write her vows?
Can you
When's
write my
her
vows?
wedding?
Okay, what we usually do with vows, and we've done a whole episode on vows, so go back on that, but a little snapshot is we will help you with your vows as springboard. I very much am of the opinion of I want you to write something because I want it to be from your opinion. I don't want it to be my love letter to your partner. And then we can help you refine and work those vows into something that are wow. Yes, but it's very good for you to have a go, and we'll give you little springboards to help. Back to Loz from Hungry Hearts. Koshi does have that little guide, How to Vow, I think it's called.
How to vow.
Which is brilliant, so have a look at that as well. Put that in the show notes. What do you think?
Oh, I wasn't even going to add any more into
Great.
that. You answered that.
Fire question round. You go.
Okay. This is from Sam. What is your wedding ick?
My wedding-
You arrive to a wedding and you go, ooh.
Yes. So, and this is for hetero weddings. The groom might be standing there, right? And then someone comes up and goes, not too late to run. I hate that.
yes.
That's my wedding ick, I think. Not too late to run.
Yeah, or signing paperwork. Oh, there goes your life.
Yeah.
Sign your life away.
Yeah. It's like, this is actually an agreement that these two people are going into. They love each other very much. What's yours?
Signing your life away.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
Yeah.
That's not the vibe.
Yeah.
We also had a question, and this is a bit of an ick for me,
Yeah.
is what do you do when you get a bridezilla?
Yes.
And my ick
Sam
was
asked
that
us that.
language.
Yes. So, yeah, inclusive language. We've also talked about that on episodes before. We don't use that as well. But then she clarified for us and said difficult clients. Your vibe attracts your tribe is one thing that I'll say, is that, the way that people brand themselves, they're looking for people of a similar ilk, and usually it's not that we get difficult clients. It's also like setting the expectations of our services, of anyone's service. We know vendors listen to this, of your services from the get-go, so everybody knows what to expect, how often you're going to email, where the help's going to be, when your meeting's going to be, setting that expectation, and then it's not really difficult clients. I think a lot of the time it's when the communication from the vendor isn't right. The couple has to reach out all the time and ask questions rather than the vendor being proactive and on top of that. Thoughts?
Yeah, those sort of terms are like a thinking thought. You can get those difficult clients come in with that dialogue and you want to think that thought, but you don't have to say that terminology and that language out loud. And yes, you can definitely have the vendors maybe not communicating in the same way that the couple is expecting, but sometimes the expectation from the couple can also be difficult and it's a bit of a mismatch. So coming back to your first point is you just need to find vendors that align with what you want.
Another question, quick fire round for you. Someone said DJ or band or a Spotify find. There's a whole episode called that. So I'm not even going to answer the question, just go listen to the episode.
Or just go
Jeez.
follow Jess and Matt.
Yes, Jess and Matt, we love Jess and Matt. Okay, you got one?
Yeah, sure do. What do you do if you're unhappy with a service? This is from Oliver.
Post-ceremony, what do you do if you're unhappy with the service? That's
So I
interesting.
saw a recent TikTok. There's a really, really great girl to follow called Cara Hansen.
You
She
love
got,
TikTok.
I do love, I learn a lot.
Yeah.
It's great for my
where I
brain,
get
my
my news.
attention span. Short, sharp videos, bite size. Perfect.
Just like our podcast.
Just like the podcast.
Yes.
So there's a girl to follow called Cara Hansen who has been breaking down her wedding planning journey. She got married recently and she is also a teacher.
Yeah.
And she's very well spoken, really easy to listen to her content. And she recently broke down all of the things that she would have changed or her ideas about the wedding. She remembers walking into her reception. She looked at her cake and she said, "That's not the cake that I wanted." She was not what she would consider a difficult client. And from what I could gather from a vendor's point of view, she didn't sound like a difficult bride. So she just remembers having a very clear vision of what this cake might look like, and she was very unhappy with the service. She reached out to what many people do these days, to the TikTok world. What would you do? What should you do?
Yeah.
And she sent a photo of what she had as her vision and what was provided on the day. And the cake maker came back and offered her some money back.
Sure.
So again, coming back to that big advocacy that you promote is having that open, honest communication as soon as possible rather than stewing on it, building up resentment, getting lots of people's opinions to either, fuel the fire or, decimate it, whatever. So she was able to get some money back. And that's not always the case, of course, but if you are unhappy with a vendor's service, chat to a few select people that maybe have been in your position before and get the idea of how to go about that? What do you think? It's
I
a hard
c-
one.
Yeah, it's good. I have nothing more to add because
Great.
you are succinct and wonderful at your job. Okay, I've got quick fire for you. And you're going to hate me for this. Someone said, "What's a new biz? Tell us, tell us, tell us."
Yay!
Somebody else said, "Hello, what's a new business, Mr. Entrepreneur? I'm tired of hearing of your schedule," which is fun. And then someone else said, "How many people can you marry in one day?" The answer is at Shotjin Weddings, 6 couples. That's all I'm going to say.
That was really good
you like
because,
that?
yeah, 3
See what I did?
questions in one answer. Shotjin Weddings. Just do it. Follow. If you want to get married there, do it.
Monty King Celebrant said, "Why are you so shit?"
Oh, well, they're nice glasses, though.
That's my answer. Now, I want to go to a serious one. That one was just for
They're
YouTube.
nice glasses.
Thank you.
Monty King, you should
like
get a pair of.
these?
I do really like. Maybe because they're green.
I have a serious one
question.
for you. A wonderful former bride of mine sent me a message.
I'm gonna put the laptop
So I didn't ask us anything call out for this episode, and she said, I've got a long one for you, a campaign, and it's brilliant, and I'm going to read it verbatim for you. So she said, and she got married in July. As a plus-size bride, it was so hard to find any photographers, videographers, makeup artists, hairstylists, dress stores, etc., who shared photos or videos of other plus-size brides on their Instagram or on their website, which is where I look to find most people. It was tough to find info on weight limits for chairs at the wedding for my plus-size friends. We had to get additional bench seats to be sure so everyone would fit because they advertise the standard, which is for smaller people. It was so hard to find makeup artists or hairstylists who put photos of plus-size people on their stories, and talking to people since, it is amazing how common a problem it is. When you look a certain way, be it size or race or whatever, when you're investing in the day where how you look is so important and vendors post no examples of people who look like you, it makes it really tough work to make a good choice. Then she said the next message is, anyway, I told myself I would try to bring it up with vendors after their day was done. You were probably the best. Oh, this is nice to me, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. You're probably the easiest vendor to book, not only because of how amazing you are in general, but because you showcase the entire spectrum of your couples, and every single type of couple gets the same love and support, which I think was really lovely to hear. And she said the same sort of thing for her videographer, who would post anything, and she said she would pay anything to get him. It doubled their budget for video, but she didn't care because she was like,
Who was that?
Honey Bear Films. So she was like, she saw the video, she saw someone like her on his videos, and we're like, yep, that's it, that's what I
wow.
need. Which I think is just, sad for one that it was hard to find someone, but also it was great that she did. And then she went on to talk about the wedding aesthetic. There is a wedding aesthetic for sure.
And
Thoughts?
disclaimer, Adam sought permission to be able to share
Yes.
that word for word from that beautiful bride.
Yes, thank you.
And a message to couples, you deserve to feel seen and validated, and a message to vendors that we need to show the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's really, really important not to look at this aesthetic of how society maybe thinks your feed should look, but your social media is a free gallery, a free website, a free marketing opportunity for you to showcase who you want to marry, not what they should look like,
Exactly.
but the people that you want to have on your day. And it's just so important that you show more than what people should or could or would look like.
And the most inverted commas beautiful couples, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that blows my mind. You could really feel the emotion behind that
Oh, yeah,
message.
and I thank her so much, and I did. We talked a little bit through message for that, and I was like, I was honest with her, and I'll be honest with you as well. When she said, it was great to see that you do showcase all of your couples, and I said to her, I'll be honest, I don't think about it,
No, neither.
but that maybe is something that I told her as well. Maybe I do need to think about it even more. I appreciate that you could see that I do just post anyone and put anyone up on my stories, whatever. But maybe I should be more proactive in being going, maybe I do need to showcase more of X, Y, Z to show how my services are inclusive and that I am inclusive. But maybe that is the mindset as everyone needs to get in as well.
And when you sent that message, I actually went straight to my Instagram feed, and I just wanted to check that there was a wide variety of different looking people, and that it's so important because sometimes it's great that you don't need to think about it, but maybe that's coming from a place of privilege.
Exactly.
And we just have to think really deeply that we are showcasing, a huge amount of different people
Yeah.
of, different cultures and backgrounds and
Yeah.
shapes and sizes.
Exactly, because there's not just one type of couple that are getting married.
Yeah.
Everyone is getting married, and I mean, it's good if you're talking to vendors as well. It's good for business to be inclusive. We want to offer our services to everyone, not just this one type of couple. So
But the
why
thing
not?
that stands out to me in that message is that people, and it's so true, that people just want to see themselves in what you're showcasing, what your skill is in the wedding industry, and couples want to see themselves as that person.
Yeah.
And that's a really powerful thing to think
Yeah.
about, I think, when you're putting things out there.
Yeah. So yeah, she was just saying, she wants to start just a bit of a conversation, and we have a platform here to talk about it. So, and I also
Huge
said,
platform.
huge platform. Oh my goodness, we are in 136 countries. We're actually in every country in the world, technically.
Number
Just
one.
people don't listen to us in those countries. You can technically.
We just-
right, Oscar, listen to us anywhere. Yeah,
We just exist.
we exist in these countries, but no one listens to us in those countries. Okay, I want to move on from that. And what I hope that might spark some conversations in vendors. I actually have since as well, and I said this to as well, just having conversations with vendors about this at our vendor table meals, being like, hey, I got this really interesting message from a bride. Can I read it to you? And just to spark people's brains and have them think about how their own practices and services and how they market themselves. All right, I've got another question from you. From
Could have been.
Lisa.
I write reviews.
Lisa,
I
for
write-
ourselves. Drinks on arrival, yay or nay?
Oh, yay.
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 Why not? Yes, love it. Yeah, everyone with a drink in hand
There's
is
absolutely no need
more
to
cash.
elaborate on that.
Yeah, we love it.
I'm way funnier when people are a bit lit.
Have you got one? A question?
Sure. Last one. Should I really have a wedding cake?
No. You don't have to, but yes and no. I mean, some people are like, the wedding cake is their dessert. Last night, at June's, they had the most beautiful tiered wedding cake, and it was like white with cherries all over it. I loved it with like red piping. It was so cool. And that was the dessert, and they're going to cut it. And yeah, the wedding cake is like a tradition that people are like, do I need a wedding cake? Not necessarily. No, you don't have to have a wedding cake. But if you want one, have one.
I have people that openly say, do we need a wedding cake because we're not really cake people?
Yeah, no.
If your venue are providing dessert, that's part of your package, then absolutely not. If you want to have a cake cutting moment, you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars just to cut a cake.
Yeah.
Wait for your birthday. Do it for your birthday. Cut a cake for your birthday. Why not?
We had Iggy's birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, Iggy.
2 years old, right?
Congratulations. That's a big milestone for you and Ange.
Ange was going to...
2 years.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Ange bought a cake. She was going to make one. She's like, no one cares. And we were like, how many people did you buy the cake for? 20, 25? They're like, what, 25 people there or something? All adults? And like, it was 10 a.m., 9 a.m. in the morning. We cut this cake and we're like, we had so much cake. And every adult was like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm like, for goodness sake, we bought
Eat
a Ferrero
the
Rocher cake, you losers.
Oh,
Iggy just sat there. He put the whole thing over there.
Do you know what's good? Donuts.
Got naked. Yes, I love
just
donuts.
bite size,
Little.
like the podcast.
Shot Gin Weddings at my other business partner. No, it's been great. Let's sing.
Oh,
Birds flying high.
you know how I feel. Were you going to let me have my
Birds
own?
in the sky.
You know how I feel. Breeze drifted on by.
Hey, stay tuned for a little snippet of season 3.
It's going to be great.
Welcome to Left on Weddit.
What?
Oh, we had a little idea, Georgia Fletcher, is that we've done 40 topic episodes for you of how to plan your wedding, right?
Is that how many we've done?
I haven't counted, but I think it's close. Oscar did kinda. It's pretty close. So we're like, I think we planned your wedding. And the joy of this podcasting
You're welcome.
medium, thank us later. Send us a bottle of something in the mail. The podcast, the joy of podcast medium is that those episodes are out there forever. Hopefully they're timeless. Tell people to come to it. Season 3 is for everyone, not just for people planning their wedding.
Not
It's a
just
shift.
bite-sized tips for people getting hitched. Scrap that in the bin.
It's left on Reddit now. So what we've done, and we're going to give you a little teaser sneak peek of what it's going to sound like now, is we have trawled Reddit for the best stories about weddings that we're going to share. And Georgia and I have found one each.
I've got 3.
I said 1.
Oh, actually, I've got. Oh no, this is.
This is just.
No, I've got 4.
It's a teaser.
Okay. How long do you want it?
I know. Tell me your best one.
I don't know. They were all pretty good. That's why I brought 4.
Do the first one.
I used to photograph weddings. This one took the cake. The bride was doing shots at 8 a.m. in the bridal suite, getting ready. She then has the maid of honor call one of the guys to make sure they get plastic bottles of vodka, not glass. They were riding on motorcycles and she didn't want to take a chance of the bottles breaking if they fell off. The guy she was marrying, she knew for about 2 months. He had 4 different children by 4 different women. How do I know this? He has all of their names tattooed on his arm. Nothing's crossed out, just their names in a row. She told me the significance and then bragged that she'd be the 5th on his arm.
Hold on. The tattoos are of the past women? Okay, I thought it was the kids. Yeah, keep going. Amazing.
The reception was a shit show. They passed through a Harley dealership and were an hour late to the reception from the ceremony. A drunken squad of bikers with bride and bridesmaids on the back of their bikes. One guy hit a car in the parking lot because he was so blitzed. By the end of the night, the bride was passed out on a table while the groom was doing shots with the other ladies at the reception. Took great photos for them. Edit. I don't have photos anymore. This was back in 2006. I do remember my favourite being the bride and the groom both doing mini shots. For some reason, she was kneeling in front of him and he was gripping her head while they both did shots.
Can we go back to the bit? I know that is absolutely wild. That they were an hour late to the reception because they went to a Harley
That's
dealership.
what she took from that.
Why did they go? Why did they go buy a motorbike? Yes, that's what I took from that. What did
An
you
hour
take?
late. He's got so many tattoos and they're not crossed out. He couldn't even choose a different area of his body.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wish
can you
I
actually-
cared about them being late because I hate being late, but that's what you care about.
Why was he buying a motorbike on his wedding day? Okay,
No, they went through the Harley dealership.
that's nuts to me. That is nuts to me. I like the idea of, so she's number 5 on the list, right? And she's excited to have her tattoo on that list. I like the idea of it. It's happened 4 times. So number 2 was like, hey, you should get my name under Belinda. And then number 3 was like, I'm cool with this, me next. And like, what is that? That's so interesting. I love the Harley dealership.
Right? And
That's
then one
nutso.
guy hit a car in the parking lot. And then by the end of the night, the bride was passed out, but the groom was doing shots. And then the photographer's favourite photo was her kneeling in front of him while they were doing shots.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right, I've got
Your
one
turn.
for you. That's, oh my God. This is a short one, but I really liked it.
Okay.
Couple opened their wedding gifts at the reception and we all had to watch it like it was an effing birthday party for a toddler. There were lots of gift comments that would have been better in private. Oh wow, a toilet brush? Thanks Uncle Lou. I roll and chuckle. F you, Uncle Lou. Didn't have to buy you shit. I like the first comment as well. If any more friends get married, I'm going to start taking a nicely wrapped box with a toilet brush in it with a card from Uncle Lou.
Who opens their presents at the reception?
I know, and makes everybody sit
That
around and watch.
That is so uncomfortable.
Right?
It's like Christmas.
Also, just as 2 wedding professionals, most weddings, they don't want a physical gift. They want cash in an envelope to help try and...
Gosh, imagine. And a toilet brush? Where was his brain? Is that what you said?
It's actually, I'm just reading the comments and he actually has edited it and said, it wasn't actually a toilet brush. I forget what it was, but recall it was some super practical and non-sexy household item. I thought it was a toilet brush, but my wife insists it was a shower head. Another attendee swears it was towels.
Definitely not getting any better.
All right, one more.
Oh, are you sure? Oh, I don't
And then we have to
know.
leave these for the season 3 of Left On Lula Weddit.
Oh, pets. You love pets.
Yeah.
You love a dog.
Yeah.
This is a cat.
Okay. Not a fan.
The bride really wanted her cat at the wedding. And the groom and his best man brought the uncaged cat in the car and went through the car wash right before the wedding. The cat freaked and scratched up the groom's entire face and pissed all over the best man's tuxedo an hour before the wedding.
Awesome.
That would smell really good.
Oh my goodness.
Unhinged.
You also, like, something that does come to mind is when people have dogs and stuff at their weddings, you look at their suits and there's dog hair all over them. You got to make sure you bring a little lint roller.
Yeah, lint rollers are really handy. Or
Yeah.
even just wrap some masking tape around your hand and just pat, pat, pat.
Oh, you like a little clever trick.
Well, it's just being
And-
budget friendly.
Don't put a cat in your car. That's weird.
And go through the car wash beforehand. Do you have other things you want to do?
Stop at the Harley dealership, that's for sure. Hey, let's do this more.
Left on wedding stories. It's going to be good.
Watch me do this. Ow.
Hey, thanks for listening.
We are so happy that you listened. I'm over the moon. In fact, if you want a little bit more, follow us on the socials. Where are we?
You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Left on Wed Podcast.
And if you want to inquire with our services for Celebrant MC and coordination, you can find Georgia at Georgia Fletcher Celebrant.
And you can find Adam at Married by Adam.
Hey, if you have any ideas, questions, topics for episodes, please slide into our DMs. You can send us an email as well, which is
leftonwedpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you're loving the podcast, please tell your friends, tell people who are getting hitched. We need you to spread the word like wildfire. Get it out there.
We really want to say a big thank you to Long Reef Golf Club as well for letting us record the podcast here at their incredible wedding venue. So inquire with them today if you're looking for the perfect wedding venue for your private event or your wedding.
See you there soon, Georgia.
See you there.